What's going on, guys? Dr. Dropout here, and today it is a week since Modern Warfare 2 is released, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because I haven't made much content on it on my channel other than a couple of shorts here and there, but that was mainly from the beta. But anyway, how do I feel the game is and kind of some opinions I have on it? That's kind of what I'm going to go over today, and I'm going to try not to go too far into like what you probably already heard people sort of say, and I'm sure I will cover those points, but I want to just come at this from my own perspective on how I'm feeling towards the game. And straight away, I'm liking it. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm having fun playing the game and whatnot, and it's got its issues, but overall, when it comes to the gameplay, it is fantastic. Just how the guns feel, how everything sounds, how everything works in terms of like the actual just like mechanics of the guns and actually playing it. It feels great, and I actually find it really addicting, and playing it just like, I just keep wanting to play it. I'll go off and play a different game for like half an hour, and then I'll be like, you know what, I want to jump back on Modern Warfare 2 and keep playing it. But there are some issues that I do really feel need to be adjusted, and for me, the biggest issue is actually the maps and the map selection. Now, what I have to say about the map selection is it is better, so much better than what we had in Modern Warfare 2019. I don't think people actually remember how bad the maps in there were. I know we had Shoot House and I know we had Shipment, but name me another map from that game other than, say, if you want to be technical and be, oh, the dance. No. Alright. Those are the only two maps anyone can remember. If you go to launch when those two maps didn't exist within the game yet, it was just boom, it was just empty. It was just, all the maps were too large, they had zero flow to them, and they were just horrendous to actually play. Whereas with this game, what I find with the maps is they're good enough to play, and they're just like, there's enough to them where it's not terrible experience, but there's a bit of a problem with them that I find really F's up the flow of the map, basically, or of the maps. And it's basically like, you have like, essentially you have 3-lane maps, but then you have all this external space placed around them. I could literally take some of these maps and be like, you know what, cut off the entire left-hand side, for example. And one of those examples for me is actually the map everyone hates, which is the car map. But I have to actually say, I admire the kind of what they're going for with some of these maps. So say you have the car map where they just gone copying and paste cars all across the bridge, and then boom, we're gonna, like, it makes for different gameplay. And I think something that all video games need, especially like a Call of Duty, is you need the maps that are really good, but you also do need that at least 1 or 2 maps that people don't want to play. But I quite admire how they've kind of stepped out of their comfort zone of what they did in Modern Warfare 2019 and actually decided, you know what, let's have a bit of fun and put some personality within these maps a bit more. Like, for example, the Grand Prix map, well, I don't think they're technically allowed to call it that because of copyright reasons, but basically with that map, it's like they've gone outside and gone, you know what, let's make a racing map. Let's make a... Trying to think of it off the top of my head, but I can't remember another one. I mean, the map right here now, I think it's quite interesting to be like a Mexican sort of village kind of thing, or marketplace, I think is what it's actually more supposed to be. But they've, to me at least, handled the map design from a different perspective that's definitely better, but it just needs to kind of, it just needs the excess of it cut off a bit, and I'm really wanting them to like make smaller maps and just kind of not try and go too far with it. I think one of the biggest issues that is with Modern Warfare 2 is the fact that they've kind of just, I don't know, they've kind of tried to overcomplicate everything and try and take it a step further that it doesn't really need to be. And they haven't stuck to the motto of keep it simple, stupid, because it's like nothing on Modern Warfare 2 is really that simple, whether that's the gunsmith to actually being able to like tune attachments and stuff, and also like the perk system itself. The UI, I guess you could say, is complicated. I think it's just, it looks horrible more than anything. But to kind of draw that kind of bad point into, like, you already know if you are watching this video, like, what all the points are in terms of whether it's the UI, whether it's, like, the crashes that they've had on Modern Warfare 2. Whatever it is you have heard, I don't need to go over it again for you to know what it is. I'm sure you know. If you don't, just go to the biggest, like, COD commentator, YouTuber, and they will tell you within the first minute of them talking about Modern Warfare 2, because they can't go a minute without saying something good about the game. Now, my biggest issue, and something I have realised with Modern Warfare 2, and just kind of gaming in general, is when it comes to, say, a multiplayer kind of game, it's like you're no longer paying the high price of whether that's $70, £70, £60, whatever it kind of is, that sort of ballpark of money. You're not paying that money for a brand new experience, a game full of content. You're basically buying a game for early access now. Like back in the day, say with like Fortnite, for example, like it was in early access, but it was free, so there wasn't a problem with it. Whereas like now, because they've basically got to do this whole thing where it's like we got to put post-launch content out, it's like you got to put the content out and spread it along, but also on top of that, just the fucking like quality of the game at launch just isn't there. So like all the way back in 2018, I remember so many people basically complaining, in particular about Black Ops 4 Zombies. This will come back around in a second, but like with Black Ops 4 Zombies, there was so many crashes apparently, but I never experienced it once, beside maybe one time on Voyage of Despair. But apparently it was mainly like at a point of launch where people were basically going for the Easter egg. I wasn't personally ever doing Easter eggs on Black Ops 4, and trust me, at launch I was all over that game until I realised how bad it was. But with Modern Warfare 2, I've experienced so many crashes already on it, and I mean, to be fair, in the last few days, and they've since launch, they have fixed it, but with the game, I still find myself having a couple of buggy moments, whether it's just dying and then I kind of no-clip through the map in a way, so I'm able to, like, the textures aren't there, and it's just kind of like, you can see almost under the map, stuff like that, and just really stupid stuff. But, like, on top of the bugs, like, the amount of just content within the game, just, where is it? Like, I remember, I'm gonna be the guy again, I remember in Black Ops 2, as soon as I put that game in, I was able to play whatever mode I wanted, whether that was a party game, say gun game, or one in the chamber. I could go into hardcore, I could then go and play zombies, I could then go and play, like, I could do so much. There were so many options within that game, or like, just in, I'm not even just saying Black Ops 2, just all the games in general, up to a certain point within, say, that 2017, 2018 kind of time period, where they just sort of seem to be like, you know what, instead of actually making sure the game is ready and actually in a suitable condition to put out to the world, and actually put all our content within it, we're going to just drip feed it to you, so then you have a reason to keep coming back for one small thing, and then you can leave for a little bit, and then we'll do it again with something else that will make you want to come and play it again, whether that's a remastered map, whether it's a new game mode. I can't believe there's no hardcore in this, and as someone who is trying to like go on the camo grind, it is annoying me when it comes to trying to get the platinum challenges for the ARs, because long shots are so dreadful to do on this map that I'm just like, I need hardcore, because like with the M4, I'm trying that. I've gone on to ground war, and it is not working, because I will shoot someone and then I'll just get hit marker, and then some sniper on my fucking behind just snipes me even though I spawned there first. I don't know. Anyway, that's another ramble for a different day. Like, to me, it feels like just content in terms of being there for the game just isn't there, and it's like you kind of gotta wait for the game's life cycle, and this one's a 2-year COD life cycle where you can't really fairly judge the game until that life cycle's over, because then that's when you have everything in the game. But that's not what we're paying for. We're paying to have that experience on launch. Like, if you had all your content there on launch and people go, shit, this is an amazing game, I'm really addicted to playing this game, and there's different options of game modes I can go to and play, then I'll be more inclined to actually stay for a longer period of time. And then when you add more content, like, say if I've had a little bit of a break, it's not because I'm not enjoying the game, it's because I've kind of burned out a bit, which tends to happen with COD. Like, when an update comes in, that's when it's like, oh, there's something new I want to try. I'll go and try it then and come back to the game, and then I'll spend even more time because I'm addicted to it. Not this point in time where we're at now, where it's like, you'll get the content or get pieces of the content, and then you play it for a bit, you find it really addictive, and then you kind of just like realize, this game, I see what they're doing to me, there's not actually much, I'm getting bored of it, I'm getting burnt out so quick because there's not a lot of variation for what I want to do within the game, or a lot of variety of stuff I could do. And Call of Duty themselves clearly know this, because as a video I kind of made back a little while ago, they're releasing Warzone 2 and DMZ in this month, actually, in December. So what I kind of question with this is that I personally feel like they should have held out a little bit with the Modern Warfare 2 release sort of schedule, and kind of the amount of bugs that they had going on needed to have even like an extra week just to kind of be patched out and being dealt with. And also have time to have the other content that maybe devs haven't had the time to go into fully, to like actually, you know, add it to the game. So then when it's on launch, it's there for me. But even if it was ready, I kind of doubt that they'll do that, and they'll do what they're doing now, where they're just going to release hardcore as an extra feature in the Season 1 launch. This is the realization I've had with gaming now. It's just, we are paying the money not for a full product at launch of the games. We are paying for early access where we have to be the people to game test the games ourselves and kind of just deal with it. And it's like, personally, I couldn't wait any longer for this game. The moment it's released, I'm like, I'm getting on it, I'm getting on the grind, I'm going to try and have fun playing it, and that's going to be me. That's what I'm going to choose to spend my money on. It's what I'm going to choose to put my time into, because Call of Duty for me is a game I like. It's simple and I enjoy it, and it's just something where I can just turn my brain off sometimes and just have fun. However, I think it is a realization for me where these games are just like, they're not fully there on launch, and we're kind of the people literally paying extra money to be like, I want to be first in line to play your game. If there's problems with it, then touche, I'm the one who's basically testing your game for you. And I was like, literally, Season 0, if you want to call it, is that kind of, you pay the highest amount of money you can charge for a game to basically get early access. That's what gaming is to me now, and that's kind of how Modern Warfare 2 has felt to me. As I said, I'm enjoying it, but it does feel like it's lacking in a couple of features. So that was kind of like my random little commentary for the day. I know I've gone a little bit off on one a little bit, and maybe I need to kind of find a way to structure these, but for now, I just kind of want to like take my time and start to drop out to just sort of like figure out what I'm doing with the channel and just like make videos when I want to, try and sort of I want to be more consistent than I have been recently. And I hope like some of these points have sort of resonated with you, especially the whole kind of like, we're now just paying for early access games pretty much. Like, what do you feel about that? Seriously, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, I've rambled on for way too long now, and I'm gonna get going and probably jump straight back onto Modern Warfare 2 as soon as I've done this video. So yeah, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Leave a like and subscribe as well. Later.